Thank you very much to the organizer to provide me an opportunity to discuss about the changes going to be happen in the enterprise management through the way of creativity and innovation. When we try to say this creativity and innovation is basically the divergent thinking process. When we try to be talk from the view of the neuroscience, then it is being said that the person who is nifty is going to be the more creative oriented or going to be have the creative mind, while the person who is going to be right and use, they are going to be use the left spheres hemisphere of the brain, and they are going to be on the logical ground. So when we talk about the creativity, is basically the opportunities are being thought to become the creative in the normal activities. So that is going to be the divergent thinking is to be done. So somewhere the society at night nowadays been thinking that people should become more creative. It means that they should come to the organization, and majority of the organization or family also, some of the members are going to be nifty, and those right hemisphere is going to be provide the new ideas to work it. Like we can say that organization, those were using the dial telephone instruments as a communication media, if they have not gone towards the latest technology up to the optical fiber level, then today's level of ICT, information communication and technology would not have been happened. So creativity is going to be provided towards the highest quality product and services which satisfy the need of the society, resulted into long-term sustainability of the organization. I just recall that in the year 1986, we have started a Tata Group in the electronic industries. I was being an instrumental to start the electronic industry. We have started EPA, BX and everything. We have started with a push button telephone instrument too. So that is basically the result of the competitive advantage to be done. Divergent thinking is to be done. Mental processes we are being using. So every organization have the mental process and known process provided by the human resources, which is the one of the major organizational resources. When we talk with respect to biodiversity, then, or when we talk from the plant side, then the different nature plant is going to be useful for providing the necessary support or taking the hand care support for the individual during this COVID-19, and so people have started to use the thermic and everything type of product. So it's basically indicating that somewhere the people are be creative. So it's basically required from our side. After we become the creative, we should try to be looks towards the experience of the person, knowledge, experience and knowledge combined together going to be bring the experience for the society itself. Then ability, competencies are going to be there with the everyone, and that needs to provided us through the proper training. So those training is going to be resulted into the skill. So knowledge come skill going to be give to the organization the growth. Here I am not using the words profit, but here I am using the words growth. Being a finance person, I should have used the words profit, but I say no. Profit is not important. The very important thing is that the growth of the organization, it may be inorganic growth, organic growth, providing the proper level of human resource remuneration, and so. So it is one type of the universal human activity having come into picture. There are going to be the generations of original and relevant idea. That is a very important thing as an academician also. When I turned out from industry to academia, I found that my original idea, my relevant and creative thought does not fit during those 1990s, 1980s and 90s within the parameters of the or framework of the organizations. They were not trying to be think beyond the boundary. So that creativity is being provided by the academia. So whenever academia being linked to the industry, industry being benefited. So that's a very important thing. And creativity, as such, our earlier session, very nicely the Dr. Ainam Basu, I just don't recall the name, Dr. Ainam, have very nice, Ainam Bain have very nicely talked that there is a need that we should thought outside. Our research papers should talk about the literature gap. So any field of activities can be done. So previously we used to say it is bounded within the research and development, but when we look to the 21st century, it is not so. So it is a relationship between different type of aptitude, process and environment within the organization, within the socio-economical culture. Generally, we used to be say in past time when I was young that Indian government does not provide you the necessary support to think beyond the boundary, to work in a creative way, resulted into the mental brain of our India have been migrated to other countries. So this is one of the very important thing to bring to the creativity within the organization. So this requires the creative thinking is to be done. Like here, the laptop have been shown, and the person is trying to be put one of the switch, one of the key he is pressing, resulted into burn is giving the night, and there is no connection is there between the two. It means that there is remote creative thinking have been started. So it is going to be, in the other words, inventive things, new ways, new combinations have been done with a fit specified needs, and it is going to be renewable. Like when we say the fit specified needs, we are looking towards the TV advertisement where the person is being moved, traveling across the road, reaching to the home. After a few minutes, but if in that the home is going to be very hot, so he is using the certain instrument and trying to be make sure that the air condition in the home is started. So it's specified need and its benefits to the wider society. This is the inventive thought is going to be the quite important or preconditions for the innovations, and that's why I say divergent thinking to be happen in the regular way. This divergent thinking is going to be provide the organization to survive on the longer way. People try, if you have seen this particular slide, the way I try to be move the words from one corner to the another corner, I have indicated that there is just some changes is happen in the mind, and that changes happen in the mind is going to be bring to the innovation. Person is moving in this particular design in a time clock, one clock. and the way he enter into it, there is some element of changes is happening in the one clock. So it is a process. So when he enter into the watch, he try to be think at the end of the tunnel of the time and trying to put his idea into acceptable action. That how the people are going to be accepting his action over the period of time. And when he's going to accept it, it's going to be realized into the greater value for others. This is a very important thing we have to see. Whenever as an academician, we are trying to do something, we are adding the value for the next generation to come. And that's being normally we want to be professionals and in the academia, so we know that at the end of our thesis, at the end of our research paper, wherever we find, we put the limitations of our research and we show the scope for research. So it is the tools to provide the physical benefits to the society at a particular point of time, solves a particular problem and provides the advantage. So it provides that the change can be seen and can be felt by others. That is the innovation. Now the curtain is going to be go down. So it is going to be the time is going to be extended. As I say, next researcher will be trying to be see that whatever the limitations we have indicated in our research paper or doctoral study or postdoctoral study, those curtains have been gone down and the young generation is entered into by taking the backbone support of the work done by us. So that's going to be directly resulted into benefit to the level of product types of the innovations will be happen, and that's going to be normally in the act of product. So when we say the product and product type innovations, it is going to be launching the product in the market to suit the particular customer need. So it is going to be market focused. Like we have the great example that we all are being as a researcher using the SPSS, certain tools and technique, where we come across that those products and services are giving us the better level of the benefit to do it. Second time we do to the process innovation, where we try to be produce the product or services by adding the new element within the same product itself, and that's going to be make a new type of the product being emerged out. Example we have is of the smartphone having a capacity to take the photographs. This is the process innovations have been happen. Considering the market focus, customer expectation or customer have been encouraged to do it. And that's basically when both are combined together, product and process, is known as the radical innovations. That is new technology results into new market architectures and is going to be causing the discontinuity of the particular product. Like when we say that own digi camera is no longer being available, Kodak camera being out, because radical innovations where the new technology and visions have supported us to do it, and it has sometimes created the disruption in the organization survival too. And then we come to the incremental level. Under the incremental level, we try to be say that at each and every stage, the people should be get incremental benefits. That is the current level of the upgradations of the technology. So when the organization is keeping the tech with the innovations, that isn't into reducing the market shares. So one of strategy being coming, we have to look towards the innovation as a primary middle parameters. We should look towards the insights of the organization, capabilities of our organization structure, and based on that the competitive edge can be made, and that increase the competencies of the organization. So strategies should be made to improve upon the competitive strategy. Relationship is to be established between distinctive competencies level, strategy level, but we understand that distinct competitive level and strategies are going to be reciprocal in the normal cases. So we are going to be have the two type of the things to happen. Mainstream of the organization, where I have shown it on the chart, that there is our own methodology of the newer type of the things are being used. Those balance the organization resources and they absorb the stability and change. So whatever the change being happen, they are being implementing and accepting the change later on. That is mainstream. New stream says that you don't wait for change to happen. You bring the change into the culture so that you do not become the obsolete. And that is the one of the very important parameters are to be happen. So new streams is going to be, I took the example of the environment because COVID-19 have opened up our eyes across the globe. Then new stream to be happen on a constant basis. Now what happened that the mainstream, which is always being depends on the changes already happened and change to implement. New stream is going to be looks towards the change to be happen. They pass on to the mainstream and mainstream think that this is now the robust information flow is coming to me and I need to make a continuous development for my organization to success. So that manufacturing needs to be look from mainstream to the new stream parameters. Then everything is going to be fallen down. So Kenta has said that these all activities combined together results into the innovations. So there is a vision is required. We have to make the harnessing of the system. We should try to bring the organizational intelligence. That is the one of the very important thing. I also found that when the person is having a creative idea and he want to be implemented, when he does not get the chance, they may organization lose those type of the organizational intelligence stage. So innovation capability is going to be depends on innovative new stream and the mainstream. Now, so there are the two things are happening. I'm now taking only 2-3 minutes. Entrepreneur and intrapreneur. So organization have to make sure that whoever are the managers in the organization, they should be given a free hand. They should be allowed to enter into the new venture, to introduce the new product at a smaller level also. And that is going to be the entrepreneurship to be developed within the managers and the employees. Now, so there is a autonomy to be given. This autonomy is going to be resulted into the mastery to be happen of the particular group of people and the purpose of the organization is going to be solved. So, it gives the benefit of transferring or leveraging the competencies of the organization. We are always being seen that the way Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries moves on taking the potential benefit of the changes to happen in future, developing some product, going towards the backward vertical integration, unorganic growth, and that being given by the autonomy provided to his staff members, to his executives. And that is basically the one of the reason how the organization has suffered. So we can say that the management of technology through innovation not only comes from the production people also, it can come from the central, from marketing department, accountant, people at whatever level. So when we say that in organization we used to be have the suggestion box in the production workshop area is a point of view, and it is worth listening because they are working on it, and this is basically bringing the teamwork in the organization. So here the on teamwork, some team people are being working on the laptop, some people are working on drawing system, some people are working on the electrical instruments, and they bring the new type of the innovations. So when we try to say that innovations have been happened, these innovations have made the manufacturing organization to be successful. So I may now like to be know any question, any thought process. Some yes, yes, door is open for question, madam. No question. Something you should think, young generation and everyone. Academia, you have to think over. Research scholars have to think over very logically. I think there is no one is having any question. Thank you very much, madam.